Hi everyone, it's me again, Peter of GIZGUIDEPH, and I welcome you guys to another video. Today, we will be checking the TECNO Pouvoir 4 Pro. TECNO Pouvoir 4 Pro is the higher end version of its vanilla unit, and this handset, I think, has one of the most attractive overall specifications in its price point. Guess the price point, guys. This handset is found in the under 7,000 range. And that means that it is a budget smartphone. And for a budget smartphone, this is one of the very few with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 1 to 8 gigs of storage. Not only that, it also sports a 6,000 milliamperes of battery with fast charging technology. So I think all of you guys are excited to see this. So let's check it out. Okay, let's begin. This is the packaging of the TECNO Pouvoir 4 Pro. As you can see here, it showed that it has a TECNO logo. And then the box is pretty colorful in light blue and light green colorway. And then in front, you will also find that it is showing the display of the handset. And it highlights this notch that TECNO is calling the dot notch screen. The screen is 7-inch big. It is as big as a tablet, but it is a smartphone. And then you also get 6,000 mAh of battery, 16MP AI quad camera, dual stereo speakers, wow, stereo speakers, and then an 18 watts fast charger. I think this is the only handset in this price point in the under 7,000 pesos range that has all of these features. We actually unboxed this device already, so I want to show the phone to you. The first thing that we will see is the unit itself. And the unit itself looks actually pretty premium for what it is, especially at this price point. And then you will see that it has this speaker that is showing its model. So it shows here that I get the 1 to 8 gigs variant with 6 gigabytes of RAM, as well as the IMEI and the color, the misty gray colorway. Okay, next. Okay, this has the 12 months plus 1 warranty. So TECNO Philippines is showing its customers that they have a good warranty program for this handset. So no need to worry in case you accidentally break your phone and it is covered by the warranty. And then what else is in here? What is not covered? So you just read this. Anyway, next is you get a free screen protector. Guys, it has a free screen protector. This is a very welcome sight. Not every smartphone has this type of protective film. Although I have just one nitpick, I would have liked it better if they already pre-installed it in this handset. It would have been easier. Other brands are doing that. Maybe TECNO, you can do that in the near future. Okay, it also goes with this Google Assistant card, cardboard paper. So it shows that it has Google Assistant because it has a dedicated Google Assistant key. I think the Google Assistant key is, I think this is it, the red button one. And then the warranty card. So aside from the warranty leaflet, they also have a warranty card. Okay, that's fine. Okay, you also get a free case. Yay! It has a TPU translucent case. This reminds me of the case found on the Spark 5 Pro. And then the case even has a cover for your USB port. So dust and dirt won't get in that port easily. Okay. The next thing that I saw is the SIM ejector pin. So the SIM ejector pin, you will be using this to open the SIM tray slot of the handset on its left portion. And it shows here that it has a triple slot tray. And I will be checking if it has a red rubber ring for some sort of water resistance. There's none. And that's understandable because, guys, this is a budget smartphone. If this is a mid-range smartphone and it doesn't have a red gasket here, I will be a little mad because I am paying for more and they didn't even bother to put some sort of water resistance. But for budget phones such as this handset, it's forgivable. Okay, next you will find the charger. The charger of this handset is pretty special because it is an 18 watts fast charger. Not every smartphone in this price point has a fast charging tech. Most of them only has 5 volts 2 amps or 10 watts, or maybe some of them still has the 5 volts 1 amp like Apple. Hello Apple. Anyway, for TECNO, they give you an 18 watts fast charger. Good job, TECNO. Okay, next is this. let's check the cable that they included. It is a USB-A to micro USB. Okay, this is one of my few gripes for this handset. It would have been so much better if they included a USB Type-C port for a reversible charging solution. But anyway, at least it is a fast charging type of micro USB, unlike other USB-C on budget smartphones with only 10 watts of charging. But I will still use a phone with 18 watts fast charging even if it is still using a micro USB port. Next is this. It has an earphones with microphone. So the earphones that TECNO included is a semi-in-ear design. I also like that it has a single button here to answer or drop calls, and of course it has a microphone hole in this part. Aside from that, the jack is 3.5mm, so it is a standard type of port. And guys, that suggests that this handset still has the 3.5mm headphone slot. Okay, that's everything that's inside the box of the TECNO Pouvoir 4 Pro. In terms of materials used, the TECNO Pouvoir 4 Pro is equipped with a glass-stick material at the back, meaning it is plastic but it looks like glass. The frame uses a polycarbonate material, and I think that this is pretty sturdy, especially at this price point. In front, the 7-inch display uses a glass type of material. There's no mention of Gorilla Glass or any type of glass protection against unwanted scratches and damages, but at least it has a free screen protector in the package. In terms of build and design, I think TECNO did a commendable job. Why? It uses a 3D curved glass-stick material at the back, and it looks pretty nice. It is available in Ice J type, Misty Gray, and fascinating colorways. The unit that I have here is the Misty Gray version, and it has a dark blue type of high gloss finish. Personally, I like it, and it looks beautiful, at least to my eyes. And then I also noticed that it has this type of square camera hump. It is a rectangular camera hump that houses the quad camera setup of the phone. I also noticed that aside from the quad camera, it also has a quad LED flash. Also, you will see that it has a fingerprint scanner in the upper middle portion of its back part. We tested it and it works. And it is pretty fast and responsive as well. In front, it uses a big 7-inch 2.5D curved IPS display with HD plus 1640 by 720 resolution at around 256 pixels per inch. As you can see here, it is a pretty bright type of panel with a notch on the top. The notch on the top carries a 16MP front camera, and it also has a hidden dual LED flash. It is found here and on this side. As you can see, the phone has slim bezels on the top and on the left and right side of the handset. However, the shin bezel is a little bit thicker than what we wanted, but that is one of the common minor caveats found on budget smartphones. It's not a big deal at all. At left, you will find the Google Assistant key, and it has the pinhole access to the triple tray slot. At right, you will be greeted by the volume up and down keys as well as the power key. Below, you will find the single speaker grill, micro USB port, 3.5mm headphone jack, and the single microphone hole. Design-wise, one of the things that I like about this phone is it doesn't look like a tablet even if it has a big 7-inch display. It still looks like a smartphone, and as you can see here, it doesn't really feel that big at all. In comparison, I have a handset here with a smaller 6.67-inch display, but as you can see, the size difference is not that big. This handset still looks like a smartphone even if it has a big 7-inch display. As expected, for the price, the handset is not resistant to fingerprint smudges. I also noticed that my unit already got a bit of hairline scratches. So my suggestion, you use the case to prevent that from happening. I forgot to mention earlier that to achieve the stereo sound effect, the secondary speaker of this phone is found on its ear speaker. One of the reasons why TECNO added a big 7-inch display on this handset is to let its users enjoy content on a much bigger display. Here, this makes the handset great for viewing your social media applications, as well as playing games, and of course, playing YouTube videos as well as Netflix videos. I know some of you are wondering if the screen of this handset is pixelated since it is only using a display with HD plus resolution at 256 pixels per inch. Obviously, it won't be the sharpest display around, but if you take a closer look on its panel, this is pretty crisp. This is pretty decent. And look at the colors. The colors are actually considered as punchy and pretty nice overall. And since it has a stereo speaker setup, it can go quite loud. And when I say loud, it is really loud.
headset for life.
Okay, I know you can hear me properly on that part, but the quality of its audio is considered as decent, especially for a budget smartphone. It is pretty crisp, it is pretty detailed. The bass response is not that strong, but overall this is a pretty decent type of stereo speakers that you won't normally see on budget smartphones. At the back, it has 4 cameras in total. The main camera is a 16MP f1.8 camera with autofocus, and then it is paired with a 5MP ultra-wide-angle camera, and then you will also see a 2MP macro camera. Aside from that, it also has a dedicated AI sensor to help this phone take better shots overall. And assisting those cameras are 4 LED flashes that could be useful especially in very dark situations. We tested its cameras and here are some of the shots that we took. Have a look. In general, this handset takes decent images, especially in daylight and in scenarios with good lighting condition. Low light performance needs improvement, especially for the ultra-wide-angle camera, but I cannot really blame TECNO so much on that regard since this is a budget smartphone, not a high-end smartphone. Also, I like the bokeh effect that it produced, and for me, this is one of the better camera phones that you will see in the under 7,000 price range. My tip, for low light shots, even if it doesn't have a night mode, use its quad LED flash, it helps. For selfies, this phone is actually impressive as its 16MP camera is highly detailed and it is one of the better selfie camera shooters that I've seen at this price point. Aside from that, it has auto HDR and you can shoot using the beauty mode, portrait mode, and AI camera. I also like that as you can see here, it has 2 LED flashes to help you take better selfies even in the dark. For videos, this shoots at 1080p at the back and in front, and I can say that it's decent, especially in daylight. It is pretty detailed. However, there is no stabilization, so expect your shot to be a little bit shaky. In terms of actual performance, this is a phone that has reasonable speed. It is equipped with a 2.0 GHz 12nm MediaTek Helio P22 octa-core processor with a PowerVR GE8320 GPU, and it has up to 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. The RAM and storage of this handset definitely help in making it perform smoother than what I expected. Look at this animation, it is pretty fast. Even if it is only using the 12nm, obviously I would have liked it better if TECNO used the MediaTek Helio G35 processor, as it is newer and it has the MediaTek Hyper Engine technology. But the good thing about this phone is TECNO included the massive 6GB of RAM that you won't normally see on smartphones in the under 7,000 price range. I think this is the only phone with 6GB of RAM for the price right now. Aside from that, it has 128GB of storage, so that simply means that it will allow you to install a lot of apps. And in general, this phone is smooth for multitasking, so I find it great for viewing my emails, watching YouTube, viewing my social media applications, even taking photos and videos, and installing a lot of applications. And it can even play a few games like, for example, the Call of Duty Mobile, which is a pretty heavy game, even if it is just at low settings. The benchmark score is not the highest around, but at least in terms of actual usage, this handset performed pretty well. This handset was dubbed as the phone with always power on for a reason. The reason, its use of a massive 6000 mAh battery. And at its price point, this is one of the most affordable with such kind of battery. Using the PC Mark Work 2.0 battery life test, we recorded a very impressive 21 hours and 90 minutes. Most handsets with at least 5000 mAh batteries only reaches up to around 17 hours, 16 hours, or at best 18 hours. But this handset, it has 21 hours and 19 minutes in total of work battery life. That's very impressive. Under our usual daily usage, which includes use of social media apps, playing a few games, taking photos, and listening to music, it lasted for around 3 days on just a single charge. TECNO is claiming that on light tasks, it can last up to 4 days. That's insane on a smartphone, especially on this price point. In terms of charging, I'm very glad that TECNO included a fast charger in its package. Why you won't need to spend too much time just charging your smartphone. Other smartphones with 6000 mAh battery only have a 10 watts charger, and with the use of a 10 watts charger, you will need around 4.5 hours just to fully charge your handset from 0 to 100%. But since it has an 18 watts fast charger, we only needed a little under 3 hours to fully charge our phone from 5% to 100%. Aside from that, TECNO also included an AI power saving option, which learns the usage of apps and restricts power consumption aiming at rarely used apps. It also has app power consumption management and other settings that can help you manage your battery better. And I think that is one of the reasons why this handset is being labeled as the Energy King. Why? It can really last long, it is optimized, and it charges pretty quick. In case you're wondering, this phone is running on Android 10 operating system, and it is using the iOS version 6.1.0. The UI that it is using is pretty modern looking, and I consider this as snappy. The only thing that I do not like here is its inclusion of the ads, although you can remove it in the settings of although you can turn it off on the desktop settings menu of your phone by canceling the application recommendation. Also, I like that it is stable for calls. It has Wi-Fi, 4G LTE, Bluetooth 5.0, wireless FM radio, OTG, GPS, AGPS, LONASS, Beidou, and dual nano SIM slots. Our thoughts, at the starting price of 5,990 pesos for the 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigabytes variant, and 6,990 pesos for 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128GB edition, the TECNO Pouvoir 4 Pro is a very attractive handset. It has minor weak points like the use of the micro USB port, fingerprint smudge magnet body, and the not that great ultra-wide angle camera. But how many phones in the under 7,000 range have a 7-inch display, 6GB of RAM, 128GB storage, 6,000 mAh battery, quad cameras, quad LED flash, fast charging technology, stereo speakers, and Android 10 OS? I think this is the phone that I can recommend for those who are looking for a stylish handset with big screen, large storage, extra long battery life, loudspeakers, and decent cameras that could be useful for work, homeschooling, multimedia consumption, and of course, a bit of play. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, this is the TECNO Pouvoir 4 Pro, and this is labeled as the Energy King. What do you guys think? Do you agree with our review? Let us know in the comments.